Hey everybody, we're working on the Delorean here, and we're attempting to do rear calipers, pads, pins, all that stuff. So my good friend Chris here,
These things suck.
have already got the old caliper off. Oh, for the brake, yeah. Okay. What size was that? I think that was that the 7/16? Where the hell did the 7/16 go?
Don't know, Dad.
Oh, right here.
What'd you do with it?
It's right here. Calm down. Okay. So.
You calm down. I'm calm.
Alright, so. $16mm for the two bolts that actually hold the caliper on to the carrier there, and took a minute to figure out that he actually had to go in through the hub carrier to get to the bolts on the rear. 7/16 appears to be the size for the brake line, which I'm assuming you could just set to the side if you were just doing pads, but because we're replacing the whole caliper, have to replace that, so we'll have to bleed them after we're done, but we're going to put a master cylinder on it also, so that'll be a job for another day. We just kind of did this spontaneously today. I'll take you over here. You can see we already got the passenger side done. Oh shit, I got no light over here. So, completely refurbished, stainless steel pistons inside, stainless steel line going across, like I said, so hopefully that will be fairly simple. Okay, old brake caliper is out. So, new one goes in now. Well, if you want to hold it all.
As much fun as trying to hump a rhino.
About right, right? Humping a friggin' rhino. Yeah. Okay.
Yay.
Alright.
Derek Eckert, you suck.
Is he watching?
Yeah.
I saw Josh was. Alright.
Good old workbench in the back of the, $50,000
My wife's
Jeep.
Grand Cherokee is my would-be workbench for right now. Alright, so those are the front pads. Rear pads don't appear to be much different than the fronts, except for the fact that there's two notches cut out there, whereas the fronts have three. So just if you're buying all the pads, good FYI. Alright. Let's go ahead and put this in now. You just gotta jimmy the pads in there to get them to fit well. These are refurbished from Delorean Industries, so they already came assembled and everything, nickel plated and all that, or zinc plated and what have you.
I know he does. It's pretty funny, right?
What'd he
seen
say?
him try to do the other side by himself, Derek.
It was a pain in the ass. They are some of the more difficult brakes I've ever done in my life, I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully the fronts aren't as terrible as the rears. This is a lot easier when I had daylight. Okay. Putting the pin through both notches of the pads here, and there's a little cutout. Just take your cotter pin, push that in there out of the way. That'll keep it in place. Same thing for the other one. Like I said, I could be wrong. Nobody could even give a shit. I'm just doing this to help other novices out, I reckon.
Veronica, honestly, he has no idea what he's doing.
Who's Veronica?
Not even a clue.
Who is it? Oh, what's up, Veronica? That's why I have you here to help me. Alright. Like I said, pretty simple. You can put it up from the bottom or the top, whichever way is easier for you. Just make sure you put the pin through both guides here on the pads, and then just make sure you put your cotter pin in there to hold them in place. And then I'll give this to Chris, and we'll get the other one assembled. Opposite way. Okay, sorry about that, if you guys are watching. Alrighty. I've also got stainless steel braided brake hoses also, but I don't think I'm going to get to those tonight. Basically using the brake line to support the caliper in place while we line up the bolts. He knows what he's doing with Chris does all the work. You're cute, Bob. Thanks for that. Brotherly love, right? Like I said, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the more interesting ways to do brake calipers, in my opinion. It wouldn't be so bad, it's just the fact that you gotta go through the hub carrier to get to the bolt. See if I can get underneath of it, get a better view. There we go. Well, you're in on this side. Got it? Well, Bob, I'm not a professional like you.
I do remember somebody having to do spark plugs and wires on an S10 for somebody back in the day.
I was about to say.
Didn't I have to change your air filter and your neon for you?
The stock air filter that hadn't been changed since factory.
Right.
No, he's commenting on my video quality. Like I said.
But it was your...
Well, I'm not exactly sure how much more in depth I can get for what you can see, you know? That's the whole point of this, is to say this is a royal pain in the ass. Because you can't see shit. I was about to say, frickin' moonwalkers. Come on, man. Destiny prides you on how good you are finding the hole.
Got her pregnant, didn't I?
How about to say, knocked her up? You must have done something right. Alright, so in theory, top bolt, you're going to have to go through here and line it up over there. You can see it just a bit from the top. It's just awkward how you got to do it. But Christopher is a professional.
Yeah, considering I put a whole exhaust on a car before he got one caliper done.
Yeah, pretty much. In my defense, though, you know, I did have to stop and watch the Cowboys for a bit. Who won? Yeah. Yeah, I only see these guys do the live video, so I figured what the hell, I'd try to do one, right? Brad, I don't want to hear your shit, man. Your Packers aren't exactly thrilling me. Aaron Rodgers is on my fantasy, and he ain't been doing so hot lately. Air compressor decided to kick on. I'm gonna kick that off. Oh, well, he's finishing that up. I'm gonna go ahead and give a quick tour of the car because I haven't actually done that yet. It's a VIN 16426, 1983. Sat in California for 22 years. Got pulled out of storage from the original owner there, and I was lucky enough to obtain it. Pretty clean. Everything's original. Only has 9,000 original miles on it. I had 8,300 when I purchased it, but I've been driving it because I just love driving the damn car. So, most of the stuff that's being replaced on this is just original equipment that's 30 years old and just age has not been kind to it. So, all right. When redoing it, and even when you actually take it apart, you got the e-brake back here on the rear you have to deal with. It's held in basically by a spring with two bolts attached to it with two tabs that you got to space apart to get a socket on there. Putting them back in can be a little bit difficult because you got to line up all four of the holes for it to seat right. More so the outside than the inside, I think. But once that's all said and done, like I said, you just tighten all that down, and obviously we'll have to do a brake bleed on it once it's all said and done. But I got a new master cylinder and front brake calipers and pads and all that stuff to do on the front, so we're not going to do that tonight. But I just wanted to do a quick live video, and that way if anybody wanted to see what was all involved doing rear brakes on this car, that's basically it. But I'm going to cut it off for now, and we'll probably do another video during the day. We have better light and a little bit more time, give a little bit more in depth. So
Don't buy a DeLorean.
yeah. What do you mean, man? Love the DeLorean. Just gotta be a pain in the ass. It's a labor of love, man. We could point to your 82 Dodge, man. That's a labor of love if I ever saw one. Alrighty. Cut it off.